It's not much, I know, but we'll make do. So, I recently finished this one. This book is the author's recounting of the time he spent with his former university professor, Morrie, before his death of ALS. Now, some of you might be averting your faces now, saying this is a book about death, so you don't want to read it. But before you do that, I was thinking about a dream I had last week, where I was crossing a bridge into something unknown, being ready to move on to whatever is next. But you didn't. Morrie waited a moment. He shook his head slightly. No, I didn't. But I felt that I could. Do you understand? That's what we're all looking for. A certain peace with the idea of dying. If we know, in the end, that we can ultimately have that peace with dying, then we can finally do the really hard thing, which is make peace with living. Morrie was an extremely intelligent, sensitive, and kind person. Throughout the book, the reader learns how consciously and maturely he was accepting his condition, with no shame and even a bit of humor. And in the face of death, knowing that every day could be his last, Morrie was able to verbalize so clearly what really matters in life. This book tells the story of a dying man, but more than anything, it's a book about life.
When you're dead a long time. I'm not in a hurry. But I'm going to live as fully as I can while I'm here. As vitally as I can. And as lovingly as I can.
Leaving its literary qualities aside, this book contains a handful of universal truths. I chose to touch upon two in this video.
My hands are going, which is the next phase after the legs.
What does that mean when you say your hands are going?
I won't be able to use them in a short while. Things are very heavy to pick up.
You used a cruder example when we were in your bedroom before.
Should I say it on TV?
Go ahead and say it on TV.
Okay, I'll say it on TV then. Somebody's going to have to wipe my ass.
Do you remember when I told Ted Koppel that pretty soon someone was going to have to wipe my ass? Well, I think the day is coming. That one bothers me. Why? Because it's the ultimate sign of dependency. Someone wiping your bottom. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to enjoy the process. Enjoy it? Yes. After all, I get to be a baby one more time. The first thing that really stands out in Morrie is his ability to see, and when needed to create, a positive perspective of a situation. And in a difficult final condition such as his, you can't help but think that this attitude can truly be utilized even in easier situations. So many freaking mosquitoes. The dying man, who's owning the fact of his butt being wiped, reinforced in me the notion of how every adversity in life should be viewed.
All of our lives, we get up in the morning and we expect to live, to go on. I have to change and accept the expectation. I'm not going to live. Very soon, I will not be living.
Try to imagine hard for a second the absolute horrifying terror of knowing that tomorrow is the last day you live. What would you do with your last hours?
I don't read the newspapers much. I don't look at TV much. I listen to music. But there are a lot of things about the world I'm letting go. I'm not letting go of the people who love me. That will be the hardest thing for them and for me.
Would you spend your last hours listening to news broadcasts? Or would you spend them being with the people you love and love you back, one last time? Would you spend your last hours trying to change someone else's political views? Or would you just listen to your favorite song, one last time? And if these are our answers, then the question is, why do we waste so much of our life's efforts on things that ultimately have a lesser value to us? I'm dying, right? Why do you think it's so important for me to hear other people's problems? Don't I have enough pain and suffering of my own? Of course I do. But giving to other people is what makes me feel alive. Not my car or my house. not what I look like in the mirror. When I give my time, when I can make someone smile after they were feeling sad, it's as close to healthy as I ever feel.
And we all learn it too late. To be compassionate, to be loving, and to take responsibility for yourself and for all others.
It's not money, not looks, not world affairs, but love of the surroundings and of ourselves. It's giving and appreciating human creation. I'm not trying to diminish the importance of any of the formers. Each has a varying degree of importance in our lives. But maybe it's how we prioritize them that demands change. Losing my mind over someone else's political views is a clear waste of my time. Loving that person, despite the difference in our views, is living. And same goes for so many other time-wasting examples we all know and live. This book was a reminder for me to not realize that when it's too late. So Tuesdays with Morrie contains so much more. If you want to learn more, then I recommend starting with the book and following it up with the interviews, parts of which I put in this video. You can find the link in the description below and also at the annotation at the top of the screen. In Hebrew, the book is called ימי שלישי מורי, which is very symbolic because Morrie in Hebrew, Morrie, means my teacher. And in many senses, Morrie was exactly that to the author of the book. So I hope you enjoy.